For most people, the week of Christmas is a time for peace, family, and celebration. But in the sprawling suburbs of northwest Bexar County, Texas, the holiday season of 2025 became a nightmare. That sense of suburban peace was shattered, and a cloud of fear descended on the community as one terrifying question spread from house to house, whispered in hushed tones and posted frantically across social media. What is happening in Bexar County? In 7 days leading up to New Year's, three teenage girls vanished, one after another, like connecting random dots in the sky to form a constellation. The community began to draw lines between these disappearances, creating a terrifying picture. This is the story of a community gripped by fear, a massive police response, and the devastating update that would change everything for one family, leaving another still waiting for answers. The story starts on what should have been a peaceful Christmas Eve, December 24th of 2025. While most families were wrapping presents for preparing for the holiday, the Olamos family was about to begin a desperate search. A 19-year-old Camilla Olamos was a college student who her mother described as a cheerful and educating girl who always tried to do the right thing. That morning, just before 7 a.m., Camilla left her family's home. A neighbor surveillance camera captured her final known movements. A figure, believed to be Camilla, standing next to her car. She was dressed for a cool morning in a blue and black hoodie, blue pajama bottoms, and white shoes. Her family says she often went for morning walks and would sometimes leave her phone behind. So they weren't that immediately alarmed. But as the hours stretched on and Christmas Eve began to fade into Christmas Day, that initial calm slowly dissolved into panic. Camilla was gone. Her car was still at the house, her cell phone was left behind. The family's frantic calls went unanswered, and the search began. The Bexar County Sheriff's Office, or BCSO, was called in, and the case quickly escalated. A clear alert was issued, a public notification used in Texas when an adult is believed to be in imminent danger or their disappearance is involuntary. Think of it like a digital searchlight, casting a wide net across the state, illuminating the case for millions of eyes in hopes that someone, somewhere, has seen something. Sheriff Salazar stated that his office had to consider every possibility, from her leaving willingly to something far more sinister. The FBI and the Department of Homeland Security soon joined the investigation, with DHS monitoring border crossings. Dozens of volunteers and organizations like Texas EquiSearch fanned out across the area, combing through fields and dense woods. The family made desperate pleas to the public. Her father, Alfonso Mendoza, holding a baby picture of Camilla that he carried in his wallet, and told reporters, "I miss her. Daddy's waiting for her at home." Investigators later released a crucial piece of dash cam footage. It showed a person believed to be Camilla walking alone just a few blocks from her home. It confirmed she left on her own, but it did nothing to answer the terrifying question. Where did she go? Just 2 days later, on December 26th, while the search for Camilla was in full swing, the fear in Bexar County doubled. A second teenage girl was reported missing. 17-year-old Angelique Johnson was last seen in the 130 block of Exeter Place. Her location was near Pontreco Road, a major artery in the exact same sprawling northwest region of the county where Camilla had vanished. The fact that she disappeared from the same part of the county was immediately alarming. Angelique is described as 5 foot 10 inches tall with brown hair and brown eyes. Unlike Camilla, Angelique was believed to have had her cell phone with her, but her location was still a mystery. The sheriff's office put on another public appeal, this time for Angelique. With 2 teens now missing from the same area in just 48 hours, The community's anxiety exploded. Was this a terrifying coincidence, or was there a predator targeting young women in the area? The sense of safety in these quiet suburban neighborhoods was evaporating with each passing hour. And the pattern wasn't over. On December 29th, a third family's world was turned upside down. 14-year-old Sophia Gabriella Peters was reported missing. She had left her home near the intersection of Landon Ridge and Potraco Road around 7 p.m. and never came back. Her last known location was already about 5 miles from where Angelique Johnson disappeared. 3 teenage girls, all from northwest Bexar County, all gone within 7 days. Sophia was described as 5 foot 4 inches, weighing 132 pounds, with long brown hair and green eyes. She was last seen wearing a black flannel shirt and black shorts. The news of a third missing teen, and the youngest one yet, sent a shockwave of pure terror through the county. The pressure on law enforcement was immense as they tried to manage 3 active cases that the public was convinced were all connected. With public fear at a boiling point, Bexar County Sheriff Salazar held a press conference to address the rampant speculation. It was like looking at 3 separate puzzles. To the public, the boxes all looked the same, suggesting they were part of one large set. But for investigators, each puzzle had its own unique piece that had to be solved independently. He stated clearly that despite the alarming timing and location, investigators had no evidence to link the 3 cases. Then on the evening of December 30th, the first major break in the week-long crisis arrived. It was the news every parent had been praying for. Sheriff Salazar announced that 14-year-old Sophia Gabriella Peters had been found. She was safe and had been reunited with her family. A collective sigh of relief swept through the community. One of the girls were home. The news provided a desperate glimmer of hope for the other 2 families. But the relief was tragically short-lived. Just as the update about Sophia was being released, search teams were making a grim discovery in the hunt for Camilla. On the afternoon of December 30th, a joint search team of Bexar County's deputies and FBI agents made a critical decision. The search team's choice to rescan an area near Camilla's home that had already been covered was like a proofreader going over a document a second time. They knew a single detail easily missed on the first pass through the tall grass could change the entire story. About 10 minutes into that renewed search, they found a body. There in a field of tall grass on the property of a local landscaping business, just a few hundred yards from her house, the search came to a tragic end. Alongside the body, investigators found a firearm. Sheriff Salazar later revealed a detail that hadn't been made public. A gun belonging to a family member had been reported missing from the Alamos home. The clothing on the body matched the blue and black hoodie and blue pajama bottoms Camilla was wearing when she disappeared. In a somber press conference, Sheriff Salazar stated that while they had to wait for the medical examiner's official identification, he strongly believed the body was that of Camilla Alamos. Then came the most devastating part of the update. The sheriff announced that investigators did not suspect foul play. Instead, he revealed that they had been operating on the possibility of self-harm, mentioning that Camilla had been going through a tough time with a school-related stress and had a history of thinking about taking herself out. The discovery of the body and the nearby firearm pointing toward a tragic, self-inflicted end. The search for Camilla was over. The hope that had sustained her family and the community for 6 agonizing days were extinguished, just a stone's throw from where her journey began. With Sophia found safe and Camilla's case brought to its heartbreaking conclusion, the intense focus of an entire county shifted to the one question that remains. Where is Angelique Johnson? The single terrifying theory of a predator stalking teens in Bexar County had been dismissed. It was like a storm cloud that instead of passing simply broke apart into smaller, separate storms. While the wider community felt the general threat was gone, the Johnson family was still caught in their own personal downpour. With no end in sight, the dismissal of a single suspect offered zero comfort, because their 17-year-old daughter is still missing. As of right now, Angelique Johnson was last seen on December 26th in the area of Exeter Place and Potranco Road has not been found. She is 5 feet 10 inches tall with brown hair and eyes. While investigators have no reason to connect her case to the others, the fact remains a teenager vanished from this community during that chaotic week and has yet to come home. The Bexar County Sheriff's Office is still actively searching for Angelique. Her family is waiting for answers, and this is where you come in. If you have any information at all regarding the whereabouts of Angelique Johnson, please contact the Bexar County Sheriff's Office. The number is 210-335-6000. You can also email their missing persons unit at missingpersons@bexar.org. Any detail, no matter how small you think it is, could be the key to bringing her home. Please consider sharing this to spread awareness and keep Angelique's face and story in the public eye. In one herring week, the community of Northwest Bexar County experienced the entire spectrum of hope and despair. The joyful relief of a child found safe, the gut-wrenching grief of a life lost too soon, and the gnawing uncertainty of a mystery that remains unsolved. For the Johnson family, the nightmare continues. And the question for Bexar County is no longer what is happening, but where is Angelique?